intention of the show is to show what is fashion photography of today. And I choose 20 international fashion photographers, each one with his very own style, and as you can see in the exhibition, you find amazing pictures. We are very happy to have, for the first time, also a Chinese photographer, Ming Shaya, a Japanese photographer, Kanyotake, and well, all these wonderful people which work for the fashion industry, I must say, yeah.
Quite the event, I have to say. Jenard came through, great artists, great turnout. I mean, the place was packed all night, so you know we're quite overwhelmed at this point with the way things went. So. As far as the work in the show, I think it's been solid. Compared to the show I put on last year, it's definitely, you know, grown in scope. We have a 6,000 square foot space, and people definitely enjoyed walking around and exploring all the different rooms this time around, and it's been great.
For me, so much of Art Basel has always been about, like, you know, champagne and caviar and, like, you know, private jets, and art should be, I think in my personal opinion, a little bit more accessible, and it should be a little bit more available. So what we did with Heist was we found really amazing up-and-coming artists that a lot of these guys have never been invited to Heist, you know, to Art Basel before. We're like, hey, well, let's do this thing, and they were so excited to participate and be down here and have their work seen. But it's very accessible, so it's everything from, you know, really big pieces that are, you know, run the tens of thousands of dollars to, you know, little small art pieces that you can take away for $40. Or just, you know, come and check out the work and have a really nice time, all in a really interesting, cool location that feels anything but like a gallery. Really fresh, really interesting.
Tonight is a Heist event, and it's the Map Magazine launch event for issue 3. Our aim for the magazine is to bring young professionals and people to culture them regarding music, performance, art that is happening right in front of them. And it's to expose them for today, so they also have a place to go tomorrow. So today they learn about the art, and then tomorrow they can go and experience it at the same time.
I use Sharpie marker, so I was like, when I travel, like always, you know, have the markers, and I just started doing a lot of drawings. So this is a series of 50, and the same as this one. It's also the Sharpie marker drawing, but this is a painting. I'm trying to express mainly like fear that I'm trying to visualize and characterize the fear that we have, and by using 3 colors. So that's kind of consistent in my other work, like animation, sculpture, stuff like that. Yeah.
You know, it feels like there's like a little bit of passion here, and a lot of people have never seen work like this before, so I'm really excited about it.
I'm one of the artists that works with Johnson Trading Gallery. I met them 6 months ago in Basel, and they saw me doing a performance of my sandcasting piece, which is a pewter stool. So we're making 10 of these pieces, and I've also just done a stone chair. It's a one-off piece, you know, one of a kind. I really like to record the pieces that I'm making using video. I think it's really important in exhibition situations like this for for people to actually see the pieces being made. For me, it was about me being able to look back at the video and seeing how I made the pieces, but it's also a communication process. It's about communicating with customers, with visitors to the exhibition, then being able to see the pieces in production. I think it's really interesting for other people to know how a piece of work is made, because so often you go to a shop or a gallery, you see a piece of work, and it's sort of like, you know, you can just see the finished result. You don't know how it got there. You don't know what the production method was. And I think because I'm making everything by hand, it's really interesting for people to see that these pieces are actually made by hand and not made by machine or made in a factory. They're made by me, usually on site, in location.
I put out a European magazine about contemporary arts, aesthetics, and communication. It's called Mode Art. It starts with a, let's say, activist, community-based principle, street arts, graffiti, skateboard. This is a bit where we come from, and now some of the people in those scenes are working further in arts, and we're trying to help them. Principle is creative action equals active creation, so go out and do something, take a risk, experiment, commit to something, sweat a bit, you know, fail.